Hey everybody, this is the Sliders Review, and since it's Women's History Month, I'm here today to talk to you about The Worst Witch Season 2, Episode 1. So I really love The Worst Witch, but this is the 2017 one, the one that got me into the whole franchise, and I love this version to death. This is actually where I first saw Bella Ramsey from The Last of Us. And I talked about this show, I think last year around this time, and I talked about the other Worst Witch shows and reviewed those, so go watch that. And last year I reviewed the first episode of the first season, so this time I decided I'm going to do the second season first episode. Plus, I really like this episode. And so with this show, this one is just like hilarious and stuff. It's more brightly colored. It has a bit more CGI. Sometimes the CGI is a little wonky and everything, but when it got towards the end of the series, they got like a bigger budget and stuff like that. The second season had some slight changes. Like Ethel, her braces came off. Also, there's some new first year students and everything. Now, season one, the first year students were, of course, the main characters. But like in the second season, now Ethel's sister has arrived on the show. I forget her name. I want to say Esmeralda, but I don't know. Esme, baby. I don't know. I can't remember her name. But Ethel's sister is now on the show, and she's really young, and she's the first year student, and she's nothing like Ethel. She's a lot nicer, calmer, soft-spoken, timid, a little bit shy and afraid and stuff like that. Everybody in their family's nice except for Ethel. And stuff. I remember in the original series, her sister didn't come in till around third season or so. And so when they brought in her sister this time, other than being by herself like in the other one and crying all the time, this one still cries too. Not as much as the one from the original series and in the books and stuff. But she's given two friends that are very similar to Mildred's friends. And because one has glasses, the other's black, and the other one's terrible at what she does and stuff like that. So I remember when I saw that, I was thinking to myself, oh wait, are they not going to get rid of the original trio, are they? And have the new ones and stuff. It would have made for a cool spinoff, I tell you that. Also, with another change to the show is we got a brand new mod. The original mod, for whatever reason, decided to leave the show after the first season. And so we got a brand new actress as Maud. And they actually explain why her face looks slightly different. Honestly, they look very similar. They really do. So there was no reason to explain. But they basically said, I think if she was playing with her cousin, playing hide and go seek, so she thought, hey, what if I change my face? He wouldn't be able to find me, but he still was. And yet she never changed her face back. So this is why it doesn't need no explanation. Like the original Ethel from the original series, they had two completely different actresses to play her, and I don't think they ever explained why the face looked different. But then it made sense in the last season for them to explain what happened to Mildred's face, because I've stated before, Bella Ramsey left the show because of mental illness and stuff, and so they had to recast her. And not only did they recast her, they recast her with a red head. And so it's just kind of okay, one has brown hair, the other has red. People are gonna notice, so they had to explain that Mildred used a spell to mess with her face, and for whatever reason just never wanted to fix it. And so yeah. So in this first opener, it's a new school year, a new term and everything, and Mildred is determined not to be the worst witch. She's going to study harder and all this other stuff. And over the summer or whatever, they had to do a project for Miss Heartburn. And so Mildred worked as hard as she could, and she feels like she's really gonna ace the little witches sciencey project type thing. So she's flying in on her broom, and not only that, but she's flying better this time. And this is something because, she has a hard time flying and her broomstick is broken. And so, like, she's greeting, like, Maud and Ingrid and stuff like that, and tells them how she's gonna ace the project and all this other good stuff. But then there's a problem. Her notes decide to fly away and land in the face of Ethel. So of course she ain't too happy about that. So with a little nice crash landing and all that, Ethel's actually being pretty nice, not as rude as she normally is. I guess because of the events of like the first season and how Mildred had to save the day, like always. Ah, that Millie always gotta save the day. And so something happens where Millie starts to slide down the roof as Miss Cackle's giving the speech. So of course, some of the like roof comes off in the brick and almost like lands on the kids. And they look up and they know exactly who it is. It's the worst witch. It's Mildred. And so she's stuck on like the flagpole. But nobody's trying to help her down. So she decides to use magic to get down. She makes the flagpole invisible. And so she's able to crash land on down. Well, something happened after that. The part where the pole disappeared, it started to crack. It started to crumble. And the entire east wing of like the building just fell down. So Miss Hardbroom just like has her face palming herself because she knows how Millie is. So Mildred thinks it's her fault the building fell down. But after some investigation, Mrs. Cackle assumes that maybe it's like dark magic from where her sister tried to take over the school. She thinks there's some residual stuff in there. And so, like, of course, if Mildred never like made the flagpole disappear and all that, they would have never discovered that. So anyway, Ethel read the notes of like Millie and everything and found out what her project's about. She's gonna make animals talk and stuff. And one animal she already made talk. Now she won't tell nobody what her project is. She wants it to be a surprise. And so like she makes her little turtle, if I say turtle, her turtle, but they like to call it a tortoise, but I like to call it a turtle. She made him talk, and she calls him Einstein, and he's hungry. And the only animals she's supposed to have there are cats, but Miss Hardbroom has a crow. But anyway, so she hides her little turtle and stuff like that. Well, as you know, Ethel's sister, God, what is her name? I want to say Esme, but I don't think it is. Um, she befriends two little girls, and I forgot their names too. And they're really friendly. One's kind of like book smart, and the other one's a bit more of a free spirit and very friendly. And so they can see that Ethel's sister is very shy. And so they ask her, one of Ethel's friends asked her, how her sister Esmeralda is doing because she had to give up her magic. To the evil Miss Cackle lady, Haggerty, well, I don't know, I forget her name. The evil Miss Cackle and stuff, her twin sister. And so like, of course, Ethel blames like Millie for that and stuff, because she blames her for everything. And so like, the girl keeps talking, Ethel's just talking about how like she's shy and all this other stuff and wishes she had more courage and was more confident. And so the little girl gives her a potion. She says her dad made it and it's supposed to give you a boost in confidence. So when Ethel comes in, she blames her sister, talking about where's my project and everything, like you made me forget it. So her sister gives her like, stern talking to, and she stands up to herself, and Ethel's kind of surprised and just leaves. And so of course, being Ethel and everything, she's snooping around and she hears somebody talking. It's the turtle named Einstein. Now Millie has told him shut his mouth until the project, but of course he won't do that. So she realizes that not only does the project work, but it's pretty smart. So, of course, she steals the project. She steals the notes and she hides the turtle in a very tall tree. And she takes Millie notes and throws them in the trash bin. So, it's the big reveal. Everybody's doing their project. Some people making things go smaller. Other people are making you have like an idea when you put the light bulb to it, and other people make your hair turn rainbow colors. And then Ethel goes next, and she reveals that she made Miss Cackle's bird talk. Millie is pissed because she's all like, "You stole my project." Well, of course, Miss Cackle don't like Millie, and she loves Ethel, and so she doesn't really want to bother with that. And when Millie tries to explain and prove that, she has a talking turtle, instead, Ethel put a boot in her bag. So, of course, um, the girls, like her friends, Maud and Ingrid, they all like, just use the spell and prove that it's yours. So she does it, but she used the spell in anger. And it makes not just one animal talk, but all of them. And they won't shut up. So all the frogs keep talking about how they hate Miss Hardbroom and stuff. So, of course, Miss Hardbroom is even more pissed, and she sends Millie to go see Mrs. Cackle. I remember when I was in school one time, this one girl I knew stole my assignment, man. I was pissed. I was really upset, man, because I wanted to make a good grade and stuff like that. And then the teachers all like, "Well, this looks like your handwriting, but because, I don't know which is which, I have to give both of you a failing grade." I was pissed off and everything. I was emotional, man. I was pissed. And crap. I was only like in like the sixth grade or something. No, not sixth grade. I was probably like in third, second, or something like that. Like I was mad, man. I hate kids that go around stealing crap all because they don't want to get a good grade. Man, I swear, kids are punks, man. So anyway, the other teachers, they are picking up the bricks that fell in the east wing. Millie's there. She got teleported there. She's trying to explain what happened. Miss Cackle's all like, cheating is wrong. But then where Millie was sitting, they discover a shining stone. That shining stone turns out to be the Founder's Stone. It what gives the entire castle magic and everything. And it was placed there by the very first Miss Cackle many, many, many years ago. And no other like person has ever seen this stone, because it's one of those rare type things that one of the founders put there. And so everybody's shocked and amazed, and they're happy that, Millie helped them find it. Well, as Ethel's sister's walking in the woods and everything, she hears something in the tree. It's talking to her. So with the courage spell that she has, she hops on her broom and she flies up there and finds a talking turtle. And so, like, as she heads back into, like, the dormitories and everything, her friend tells her, I made that potion. It's not a potion, it's just water. And so you had the courage in you all along to stand up to your sister and fly up to the tallest tree there is. And so, like, Maud and Enid, they use a tracking spell to find the turtle. They find the girls, the first year students, having it, and so they're pretty pissed. They think they stole it and everything. So now they're a little upset, thinking that the second years don't like them. So, of course, the turtle blabs and everything and tells the truth about what happened, about how Ethel stole him and then put him in a tree and then stole Millie's project and everything. So, of course, Ethel gets detention, like always. And I like the actress who plays Ethel. Like, she's mean, but she has a likability about her. As opposed to the original two from back in the day. They were just mean and everything. And so you really feel sad when Ethel has that sad look and detention, but she deserved it and everything. And so, like, yeah. So that's basically that episode. It's on Netflix. Man, I love this show. I wish it was on DVD. And if it was, it would just be over there, like, the European region and stuff because I hate that. Like the original DVDs in the European region, and I don't have a multiplayer DVD thing, so I'm out of luck. And yeah. This has always been a great show. Like I love magical stuff. And if the character sounds similar to that of like Harry Potter, that's because a little JK little thing stole the idea from Julia Murphy and stuff. Julie Murphy, I think her name is. No, Jill Murphy. That's it, Jill Murphy. So yeah, because everybody's been saying for the longest for decades that JK basically copied and paste certain elements from the worst witch into Harry Potter. Even I've talked about it on my channel and stuff because it's pretty self-evident and everything. Happy Women's History Month, everybody. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye.